William Ewart Gladstone 1892-1894. William Ewart Gladstone, a towering figure in 19th-century British politics, was a statesman, orator, and leader who served as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom 4 separate times during his illustrious political career. Born in 1809, Gladstone's journey into politics was marked by a deep commitment to liberal principles and a passion for social reform. His early political career was shaped within the Conservative Party, but he underwent a significant ideological shift, ultimately aligning himself with the Liberal Party due to his evolving beliefs in free trade, social justice, and individual liberties. Gladstone first assumed the position of Prime Minister in 1868, ushering in a period known as the First Gladstone Ministry. During this time, he championed a series of progressive reforms, including the disestablishment of the Church of Ireland and the expansion of educational opportunities. However, his leadership faced challenges, and his premiership ended in 1874. Despite this setback, Gladstone's political career was far from over. He returned to power in 1880, serving as Prime Minister for a second time during the Second Gladstone Ministry. This period saw further advancements in social and economic reforms, emphasizing issues such as land reform and Irish Home Rule. However, internal divisions within the Liberal Party and external pressures contributed to the fall of his government in 1885. As the 19th century progressed, political dynamics in the United Kingdom underwent significant changes. The 1880s witnessed the rise of new social and economic challenges, including the aftermath of the Irish Home Rule debates and the ongoing struggle for workers' rights. In this evolving landscape, Gladstone emerged once again as a prominent political figure, demonstrating a resilience that characterized his career. By the early 1890s, Gladstone found himself at the center of a shifting political stage marked by debates over issues such as Irish Home Rule, tariff reform, and social welfare. As the Liberal Party regained momentum, Gladstone's political philosophy and dedication to reform positioned him as a compelling leader for the challenges of the time. The general election of 1892 became a pivotal moment, providing Gladstone with the opportunity to return to the highest office for the fourth and final time. Gladstone's second premiership, spanning from 1892 to 1894, unfolded against the backdrop of a rapidly changing society, both domestically and internationally. During this period, he faced the daunting task of navigating through complex political landscapes, implementing his liberal agenda, and addressing the pressing issues of the day. This phase of Gladstone's political career is marked by both triumphs and challenges, as he sought to leave a lasting impact on the political and social fabric of the United Kingdom. William Ewart Gladstone was born on December 29, 1809, into a family with a strong tradition of public service and intellectual pursuits. His father, Sir John Gladstone, was a successful merchant and a member of Parliament, and his mother, Anne Robertson Gladstone, came from a Scottish family with a rich political and intellectual heritage. Young Gladstone received his early education at home, showcasing early signs of exceptional intellect and a voracious appetite for learning. His precociousness became evident during his time at Eton College, where he excelled academically and demonstrated his oratorical skills. Later, he continued his education at Christ Church, Oxford, where he delved into classics, theology, and philosophy. Gladstone's deep intellectual curiosity and rigorous education played a crucial role in shaping his worldview and political philosophy. Gladstone's entry into politics was a gradual process, influenced by both his family background and personal convictions. He began his political career as a Tory, aligning himself with the Conservative Party. In 1832, at the age of 23, he entered the House of Commons as the Member of Parliament for Newark. However, Gladstone's political journey underwent a profound transformation as he evolved from a conservative perspective to a more liberal one. His break with the Tories was cemented by his disagreement with the party's stance on issues such as protectionism and free trade. The turning point came with the passage of the 1846 Corn Laws, which Gladstone vehemently opposed, leading to his resignation from the Tory government. Subsequently, Gladstone shifted his allegiance to the Liberal Party, where he found a more congenial political home for his evolving liberal principles. His reputation as an eloquent and passionate advocate for reform, combined with his expertise in financial matters, contributed to his rapid rise within the liberal ranks. The context leading up to the 1892 general election was marked by a dynamic political landscape in the United Kingdom. The 1880s had been a period of significant social and economic changes, with issues such as Irish Home Rule, workers' rights, and economic reforms dominating public discourse. The political stage was set for a contest that would determine the direction of the country's governance. The preceding years had witnessed a series of short-lived administrations and shifting alliances within the political parties. The Conservative government, led by Lord Salisbury, faced challenges in navigating issues such as Irish Home Rule and tariff reform. Simultaneously, the Liberal Party, under the leadership of leaders like Gladstone, was regaining strength and coalescing around a platform that emphasized social justice, free trade, and the implementation of progressive reforms. The 1892 general election campaign revolved around several key issues that reflected the socio-political concerns of the time. One of the central issues was Irish Home Rule, which had been a recurring theme in British politics. Gladstone, a longtime advocate for Irish self-government, positioned the Liberal Party as a champion of Home Rule, aiming to address the long-standing grievances in Ireland. Economic policies, particularly the debate over free trade versus protectionism, also played a crucial role in shaping the electoral discourse. The Liberal Party, under Gladstone's leadership, stood firmly in favor of free trade, advocating for policies that promoted economic liberalism and opposed protectionist measures. Additionally, social reforms and workers' rights were key components of the Liberal campaign. Gladstone's commitment to social justice and his track record of introducing reforms during his previous premierships were highlighted to appeal to a broad spectrum of voters, including the working class. Campaign strategies were multifaceted, involving extensive public speeches, rallies, and the distribution of printed materials. The Liberals leveraged Gladstone's oratory skills, emphasizing his experience and dedication to progressive causes. The Conservative Party, on the other hand, sought to defend its record and position itself as a stable alternative in the face of what they portrayed as potential radicalism from the Liberals. The general election of 1892 took place over several weeks, with voting occurring from July 4 to July 26. When the results were announced, the Liberal Party emerged victorious, winning 272 seats to the Conservatives' 268. The Irish Parliamentary Party held the balance of power with 81 seats. The close nature of the election results reflected the polarized political climate and the significance of the issues at hand. The outcome marked a turning point as Gladstone returned to power for the fourth time, becoming Prime Minister once again. His ability to navigate the complex political terrain and secure a mandate for his liberal agenda demonstrated both his political prowess and the public's willingness to support the principles and reforms he championed. Gladstone's second premiership from 1892 to 1894 was characterized by a continuation of his commitment to social reform and a progressive agenda. Building on his earlier efforts, he aimed to address pressing social issues and improve the lives of ordinary citizens. The Liberal government under Gladstone pursued a range of social reforms, including those related to education, labor, and public health. Education. Gladstone's government continued to advance education reforms, building on the Elementary Education Act of 1870. Efforts were made to expand access to education and improve its quality, reflecting Gladstone's belief in the transformative power of education for societal progress. Labor reforms. Recognizing the importance of workers' rights, the Liberal government under Gladstone pursued labor reforms. These initiatives aimed to improve working conditions, regulate working hours, and enhance the rights of laborers. The focus on labor issues was in line with the broader progressive movement advocating for social justice. Public health. The government also addressed public health concerns, implementing measures to improve sanitation, hygiene, and healthcare. These initiatives reflected a growing awareness of the link between public health and the overall well-being of society. Gladstone's economic policies during his second premiership were marked by a steadfast commitment to free trade. As a staunch advocate for economic liberalism, he believed that free trade promoted economic efficiency, encouraged competition, and benefited both consumers and businesses. Opposition to protectionism. Gladstone's government resisted the growing calls for protectionist measures that sought to shield domestic industries from foreign competition. Instead, he championed the principles of free trade, emphasizing its role in fostering economic growth and global cooperation. Budgetary reforms. Gladstone, known for his financial acumen, continued to implement budgetary reforms aimed at maintaining fiscal responsibility. His commitment to sound financial management and responsible governance contributed to the stability of the economy during his tenure. Despite Gladstone's dedication to social and economic reform, his second premiership faced its share of controversies and challenges in implementing domestic policies. Internal party divisions. The Liberal Party experienced internal divisions, particularly concerning the extent and pace of reforms. Some members of the party were more moderate, while others, influenced by more radical ideologies, sought more comprehensive and immediate changes. Managing these internal divisions posed a challenge for Gladstone as he attempted to balance the diverse perspectives within his party. Opposition resistance. The implementation of certain social and economic reforms faced resistance from political opponents, particularly those aligned with the Conservative Party. Controversial measures often sparked debates in Parliament and the public sphere, making it challenging to secure unanimous support for Gladstone's initiatives. Economic turbulence. The global economic landscape during this period was marked by uncertainties and challenges. Economic downturns and fluctuations posed difficulties for the government in maintaining stable economic conditions and implementing reforms without causing undue hardship to the population. Despite these challenges, Gladstone's leadership and determination allowed for the advancement of significant domestic policies during his second premiership. His legacy as a reformer and advocate for progressive ideals continued to shape the trajectory of British domestic policy well into the 20th century. Irish Home Rule. While primarily a domestic issue, the question of Irish Home Rule had profound implications for foreign relations, especially with regard to relations between Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom. Gladstone's persistent advocacy for Irish self-government was met with resistance from some quarters, leading to tensions both domestically and internationally. The Armenian Crisis. Gladstone faced a complex international situation with the Armenian Crisis of 1894 to 1896. The Ottoman Empire's mistreatment of its Armenian population raised humanitarian concerns, and Gladstone advocated for intervention to protect the rights and well-being of the Armenians. However, due to geopolitical complexities, decisive action was challenging to achieve. Anglo-German relations. During Gladstone's premiership, relations with Germany were marked by diplomatic engagements. The rise of Germany as a unified and powerful nation had implications for the balance of power in Europe. While efforts were made to maintain cordial relations, the broader European geopolitical landscape remained intricate. Gladstone's foreign policies had a notable impact on the global stage, influencing international relations and shaping the perception of British diplomacy. Moral diplomacy legacy. Gladstone's commitment to moral diplomacy left a lasting legacy. His principled stance on justice and human rights set a precedent for subsequent leaders and contributed to the evolution of a moral dimension in British foreign policy. Legacy of imperial policy. Gladstone's approach to issues of national sovereignty, particularly in relation to Ireland and other territories, influenced later discussions on imperialism and the right to self-determination. His stance laid the groundwork for future considerations of national identities within the British Empire. Challenges of implementation. While Gladstone's principles were admirable, the challenges of implementing his foreign policies were significant. The global geopolitical landscape was complex, with multiple factors influencing decision-making. The intricacies of international relations often tested Gladstone's ideals in practice. William Ewart Gladstone's fourth and final term as Prime Minister came to an end with his resignation in 1894. Several factors contributed to this decision, marking the conclusion of a remarkable political career. Age and health concerns. By the time of his fourth premiership, Gladstone was in his mid-80s, and concerns about his health and physical stamina were becoming more pronounced. The demands of political leadership, combined with the stress of managing internal party conflicts and navigating complex international issues, took a toll on his well-being. Irish Home Rule defeat. Gladstone's persistent pursuit of Irish Home Rule faced significant challenges in Parliament. The proposal for Irish self-government encountered strong opposition, leading to the defeat of the Second Home Rule Bill in the House of Lords in 1893. This setback, coupled with the ongoing challenges of garnering sufficient support for the measure, played a role in Gladstone's decision to step down. Internal party pressures. The Liberal Party faced internal divisions, with factions differing on various policy issues. The question of Gladstone's successor also became a point of contention. The internal pressures within the party and the need for a leadership transition influenced Gladstone's decision to resign. In conclusion, Gladstone's second premiership encapsulates the complexities of political leadership, the dedication to progressive ideals, and the challenges faced in navigating the ever-evolving landscape of British politics. His lasting influence is evident in the continued adherence to liberal principles and the consideration of ethical dimensions in governance and foreign affairs. William Ewart Gladstone's legacy endures as that of a transformative statesman who left an indelible imprint on the political history of the United Kingdom. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it informative, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future.